What's up, fellas? It's the Beer League Beauties. We got David Sacco on here. Welcome to have you on, brother.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Sweet. Let's get her going. Today's episode is sponsored by Gladiator Energy. David, if you haven't had some, we'll send some out to you. It's a healthy energy drink. It's got no sugar, no preservatives, and 0 calories, and it'll get you buzzing.
Perfect.
Right on. All right, David. So you you had a different path. So you were thinking about, going down the golfing path. How was that?
Yeah, so obviously my whole life was kind of hockey. Grew up in a hockey family. Dad, his brother both played professional. My mom's side also had a couple pro hockey players. So hockey was my life. And then one day I think I just kind of got tired of it. Playing junior during COVID didn't help me at all. Just kind of like being in prison camp almost, just having to wear a mask in the locker room. You can't really be like around the boys all that much. We weren't allowed to like hang out outside the rink. Um, so that was tough, obviously, and it kind of just wore me down. And I was, just kind of decided that at the time thought I was done for good. Decided that I was moving down to Florida. I played on it's called the Minor Golf League. It's a mini pro tournament down in Florida or a mini pro league. Did that for a little bit, and then I remember I was kind of sitting in the middle of the hole. I was out there all alone, and I was just kind of like, like I miss being in the locker room with the guys. I miss like the compete level. Obviously, you compete in golf, but you're not competing with anyone else. I felt like that always kind of drove me to do my best for the guy next to me, not let anyone down. Um, so thankfully, I did it when I still had a year of eligibility for juniors. So left Florida. It was towards the end of the season, so I had the end of the season for hockey and then another year. Um, I remember calling the GM of Tri-City Storm at the time, the year before I stepped away from the game. They had traded for my rights. So I reached out to him. I said, "Hey, I'm not really looking for a spot. I'm just looking for an invite to camp." And he said, "Yeah, like you got camps in June, so you got a few months to get back in shape, get on the ice, and you got a spot for camp." So, and then basically went there, made the team. Was only there for a little bit. I got traded to the BCHL, which honestly I thought was probably the best thing for my hockey career.
I used to do a little Canada action.
Yeah.
Sweet. And what was your role out there?
So in Alberni, I would say like a grinder. I was lucky enough that the coach really trusted me even right from the get-go. He played me a lot in like top 6 minutes, power play, penalty kill. I was always out there. Um, Obviously, I think fighting is getting away from the game, but um, I wasn't afraid to do it. Like I fought twice in Alberni because they got a weird suspension rule. So I remember my Merrimack coach telling me, "Hey, like I can't have you suspended anymore. Like we got to cut the fighting out."
Hmm.
So I stopped. But obviously, whenever I had to felt I needed to get the team going, or there was a cheap shot or something, I obviously wasn't afraid to help a teammate out.
Fucking rights. We love the goons. We love the grinders. I mean, it's getting away from the game, man.
Yeah, it really is.
But so what was your like go-to move? So when you're in a fight, are you just grabbing that jersey? Or are you looking to set it up? Like what's your
Yeah, I think so. The first fight I had in Alberni was my second game there, and I kind of was just like, all right, I'm gonna try to prove to the guys. Obviously, I was new. We were on a 3 game road trip, so it helped being around the guys a lot. But I kind of just wanted them to know, like, hey, I'm not just here to like finish my 20 year. I'm here to play for you guys, play with you guys. So felt I kind of needed to um, get the gloves off to kind of show them I cared a little bit. So in the second game, um, yeah, I just kind of found a guy who came to hit me, kind of just asked if you wanted. I said yes. When it comes to fighting, I feel like nowadays we don't really see like a lot of square offs anymore besides the NHL. Uh, it's a lot of just like quick grab. So usually I either right or left, whatever I could kind of grab, just grab their shoulder, kind of reach out. Ideally have a longer reach than they do, so they can't reach me. But um, yeah, just kind of throw and tuck your chin a little bit behind the shoulder that's out, and hopefully you don't catch one on the button.
Yeah. Fucking rights, dude. What's going through your mind? Are you blacking out in that moment, or do you know you're fully aware of it?
No, I'm pretty aware. I kind of get a rush. Like I would always, like I said, I only fought twice, but if I ever felt like I needed to get in the game, I would always try to stir the pot a little bit, whether it was asking someone to go, even if they didn't, just kind of getting under someone's skin. I felt like always got me a little excited just knowing that I pissed them off. And then obviously in a fight, kind of the same thing. Just feel honestly excitement. I never really had a game where obviously, like I said, the first game or second game with Alberni, I kind of knew I was or had a plan to go, but you never know if someone's gonna go you. So I never really like planned anything out. Tried to just play my game, and obviously, if something came up, I would go. But I think I was never really one to get like nervous because, like I said, I never like planned a fight really. So
Nice. Well, maybe after Merrimack in a couple of years, you'll get back to it. Who knows? In the
yeah,
pro hockey.
maybe we'll
Um,
see.
well, that's pretty cool that you're playing Hockey East, the best freaking league in all of college hockey. Um, so what was like the gap difference? What do you see that's different from junior hockey to the Division 1 level?
I would say I think everyone says it. They talk about pace. Um, but I don't really look at it as like pace of the players. Obviously, yeah, there's going to be some guys that are quicker, but I think when people say pace, it's more about, puck touches, thinking quicker. Um, obviously, like you're kind of, I wouldn't say skating faster, but you're constantly moving because if you don't, you're going to fall behind. But I thought the biggest thing was, like as a winger, especially getting a puck on the wall. Defensemen close a lot quicker. Guys who were forechecking, who are on the back check, close a lot quicker. Um, so more just kind of when you get that puck, you got to know what you're doing with it, get it off your tape, because obviously, especially as a freshman, um, you don't want to make too many mistakes out there. You want to try to keep yourself in the lineup. So, just basically, I would say the speed aspect of it, but not just the skating part.
Wow. And so obviously the defensemen pinch a little faster and harder. Are you doing any drills to get better at that on the
Yeah, we
wall?
we do like obviously in practice we'll have some drills where it'll be like a breakout game. So you got to obviously keep your head on a swivel. And then obviously there's a bunch of us that will go after practice or maybe before practice in the morning with our assistant Jimmy Mullen, he's our forward coach. Um, but just work on stuff like, coming down, he's going to pressure you like a mock pressure and just kind of reading where he's going. Is he taking the wall? Is he taking the middle? And kind of just reading quickly, working on stuff like that, which I think helps a lot.
Sweet. All right. So this is usually my favorite question, for the Division 1 guys. Um, so what do you guys get for hockey gear?
Basically, it's kind of whatever you want. We're a Bauer school, so there's some teams that have different contracts, I believe, but I know at our school, obviously anything like gloves, helmet, pants is all Bauer. Um, anything underneath is kind of whatever you prefer. And then I know for when it comes to sticks, obviously we get a boatload of them, which is always nice. Um, basically you can do. whatever you want to them. I didn't really realize how much there is to do. Um, and then I know that there's a certain amount of guys that can use different things like on the outside of their gear that's shown. So we have a couple guys that wear true skates or CCM skates. I use warrior sticks. Um, that's obviously all the same thing, even though we're not or we are a Bauer school. They get them to you for free. They obviously know all the reps. So um, really, it's kind of whatever you want. Besides, if you tell me you need like a CCM helmet or something like that, probably can't get you that. But all the gear on the outside is Bauer, and then after that, it's kind of whatever you prefer.
Nice. And what do you do for your twig? Like what kind of specs?
Um, Hang on. So sorry about that.
No worries.
Uh, so for me, I'm a warrior guy. I use I want to say it's the Dynasty, whatever the new Dynasty is. Um, I get it painted like a Novium, which is just like a more simple graphic. Um, for the stick, I get it a little bit longer. I like to use kind of a longer stick. It's an 80 flex, normal curve, just P92 max height. And then I'm a big tactile grip guy, which I don't know if you know, it's pretty popular. I feel like in college hockey, I don't know if they do it in retail, but
Yeah.
I know the guys on our team use it. It's kind of just like a lizard skin all the way down. It's pretty grippy, so I like to do that.
Nice. And what's the TJ like? What are you doing there?
Um, the knob of my stick, I have a pretty weird one. I do in regular white tape, I'll do like 12 reps up top, go right below it, do like 8, go right below that, do 6, cover it in grip tape. So it's kind of like a handle almost. And then for the blade, it's pretty simple. I switch back and forth from white to black, but for the most part, it's usually white. Um, Pretty normal, just not all the way heel to toe, but pretty close to it. Um, Leave like the tiniest little bit on the toe and go from there.
Nice. Your wax guy uses the wax.
Yeah, we have this. I don't even know what it's called because it's not sex wax. It's not Howie's. It's like this. It's like it's white and it's really, really hard. So it doesn't really come on the tape all that much. Just kind of melts the snow a little bit because I don't like a lot of wax on my stick. I feel like uh just doesn't feel right.
Yeah. Nice, dude. Um, all right. So next question here. So what's the I know I think you guys got a new arena a couple of years ago, right? Or is that
Uh,
way
this
the fuck
this
back?
past year we had a bunch of renovations done.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what's that looking like? What do you guys do?
So we put in like a big it's called Gallant Pavilion. Mr. Gallant donated the money for it. So basically behind the opposing team's net for the first and third, there's a huge area, like really big, comfy seats, almost like movie theater seats. Um, Food, a bar up there. And then he rebuilt all the boxes to make them a lot bigger, a lot nicer. Also gave him like the box is a little drop down where you can sit down there as well too. So looks really, really nice. And then the rest of the rink's kind of the same. Just switched up a little lettering on the walls, but all in all, I think it looks good. It's fun place to play for sure. Gets packed in there.
Nice. You guys got like a big student section?
Yeah, I would say the way the student section is, it's two separate sections. Um, So I would say that fills up, but I would just say like in general, we have a pretty good following in the school, even if the kids aren't in the student section, but also uh, like local families and stuff like that. But yeah, like there's not many games where there's a lot of empty seats in our building, which is good.
Oh, and do you know how many people are seated in there?
I believe it's like could be ballpark, probably like 3 to 4 thousand.
Yeah.
So
And
it's not crazy, but it's a low roof, so when it's packed, it's really loud.
Yeah, that's nice. Is it a bowl? Is it all the way around?
Yeah,
Oh, sick. I mean, I
yeah,
haven't been there in a couple of years. Definitely on my bucket list to get down there. Um, Stay in touch. Give me a couple
yeah,
season tickies.
for sure.
Um, and so what's your setup like? Do you guys have a gym in your arena? Weight room?
Uh, so our weight room is in our athletic facility, which is attached to our rink. So it's I don't know, it's like 100 feet walk from our locker room to our gym.
Hmm.
Uh, Everyone uses it, but obviously like they have different times. So when we're in there, it's just us, which is nice. Um, I kind of like it better instead of trying to pack a little gym into the rink itself. They got a huge one in the other building, which is right next to it. So it's
Yeah.
attached to it. So I think it's a really good setup for us.
Yeah, that's kind of like UMaine. You got their like you got the arena and then you got like a little separate training facility
Yeah.
like that. It's nice. And so if I were to walk into the locker room, what's it looking like right now?
So when you walk in, we have a really big lounge, which is obviously nice. Bunch of couches, bunch of tables. We got obviously the fridges and kind of snacks and what other like things you can make for meals. Um, Continue through the lounge, you'll see kind of like our shower bathroom area. And you keep walking to the very end, and on the right is you walk right into the locker room. It's pretty new. I think it's great. It still looks brand new. We got the big MC up top that lights up. And then you continue going, and it's kind of just the hallway to where we go out, which I personally, it's my favorite part. It's got pictures of like older Merrimack games all over the place. Obviously the boys get fired up right in there before a game, so I love it in that spot specifically.
Fucking rights, dude. Seems like a really nice locker room from the looks of it. Um, that logo above is awesome. The light up.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool, especially I'm one of the earlier guys for game days. Um and when you go in there, the equipment guys usually turn all the lights off except for the MC that's lit up. So basically, you just kind of see your jersey in your stall, everything's lit up. It's a cool sight. It's something obviously that you look at and you're like, all right, I'm ready to go here. Like it's game time.
Dude, unreal, man. Um, so when you're in that little tunnel, do you have any like superstitions that you have or like handshakes with anyone?
I'm not really. I had one sort of. I wouldn't even call it a handshake. I had one with Devin O'Brien. Instead of like high five, and we would touch like all the way up, just reach all the way up. Um, and then obviously, we got some stuff that we each. There's a couple guys that say different things or do different handshakes, but for the most part, I wasn't really big into that. Just kind of saying like, "Here we go, boys! Like, let's go." Uh, Nothing crazy, but I think I'll have to switch it up for next year. So
Nice, dude. Um, and so you're a mass guy. Is there any other mass guys on your team that you like knew of?
yeah, Tyler Young, who's like one of my really good friends. I played high school with him, known him for a while. Trying to think. We had Matt Capone, Alex Jeffries, who were two of our best players. They're both mass guys. Uh, Trying to think of who else. We had Mike Brown. He was hurt this year, but he's a mass guy. So we had a good group of us there.
Nice. Get a little chemistry with your buddy Tyler. You guys played high school together.
Yeah. Yeah, we both
Pretty
played
cool.
at Lawrence Academy. Us and Riley Duran played together.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
And what about your buddy? He just got drafted, right? Or not drafted, signed.
uh
Sam.
yeah, Sam, he's in California now, San Diego, with the Gulls, which is obviously really cool to see. Duran's in Providence right now too, which is just like you obviously knew how good they were, but just to see him actually be a professional hockey player now is just really cool to see, and uh, just really proud of both of them.
Right on, dude. That's the next level is pro hockey. I bet it's another step up. Um,
Absolutely.
and so what are the things that you're doing to get better as a hockey player in the summertime? What's your routine look like?
Um, Usually try to get in the gym 3 to 4 days a week. One of those days will usually be like a speed day. Um, just a lot of like running and quick cuts, stuff like that, explosiveness. Uh, Skating usually like 2 times a week. Don't want to overdo it. We actually have a summer session for Merrimack starting like I want to say it's June 5th, and then there's another one July 7th. So being local, I'll be there. I'll be at school, like working out and skating there for a bunch of the summer. And then besides that, obviously just trying to eat right. I don't eat perfect, obviously, but obviously just try to keep in mind like what's going in your body and whatnot. Just trying to not put on any extra pounds that you don't need to. So
Nice. Um, are you like a big stick handle guy? Is that a part of your game?
no, it probably should be to be honest with you, but uh no, I'm big when I skate I do a lot of like kind of in tight area stuff. Um but for me it's always been more trying to get really well conditioned and um just kind of being smart at high like at full speed. Being able to play at full speed is obviously like a really underrated talent. Like obviously there's some really fast guys, but you don't really notice it until someone can play at full speed like they do at half speed. So just trying to work on stuff like that.
Mhm. And all right, so we'll switch it up here. Um, so who would you say has the best crowd in college hockey that you've experienced?
I've experienced let's see. I thought UMass Lowell was really, really cool. It was filled when we were there. Um Arizona State, we went out there, that was wild.
Right.
Um when we played BC, I wasn't playing, but that place was electric too.
Yeah,
Um, I would say, yeah, probably though. If I had to pick one that I personally played, I would probably say ASU. My first college game was there, so it was
dude.
a filled, sold out barn. It was legit.
Playing out the mullet, dude. Must be rowdy.
Yeah.
Do they got like a huge student section?
Yeah. Behind our net for the first and third is basically just one huge side. It's just all students.
Yeah. Um, so I've been hearing that UMaine is a big crowd. How was that when you went
We
there?
didn't go there this year. We played them twice at home.
Yeah.
But from what I've heard, that's probably the number one place to play at when that place is going.
Yeah. You'll hopefully you'll jump on, next year and you'll tell me about, how it felt when you're up in Maine.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I went up there around a month ago and it was a slow night. They lost to Northeastern, but that place was still rocking from the first
Yeah.
period to the third.
Yeah, I've heard it's incredible out there to play in, so I'm excited for next year.
Yeah. Um, all right, bro. Well, we had a good podcast and thanks for jumping on, brother.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, bro. I'll stop right here.